Hi, I'm Cody from Wall Street Breakdown. The world is an ever-changing place. There's no doubt about that. I mean, any time you look at everything that's going on, all the hustle and bustle, everything is constantly being reshaped and represented to you. Just imagine what it was like if you were a child in 1982, like I was, and grew up through the 80s, 90s, and the early aughts. Imagine what all that stuff was like, and so riveting to now look back on it in 2017 shows you that the times, well, they are a-changing. The S&P 500, Standards & Poor's main index, is no different. There are going to be some changes. In fact, later next year in 2018, there's going to be some significant changes to a few of the sectors and the way they're allocated. Now, we're going to find out the companies that this affects, and we can only imagine, in January of next year. While this effect isn't going to take place until the fall of next year. But we can imagine we're probably waiting to January for a couple of different reasons. And I would imagine they're a little bit more newsworthy. And we'll cover that later on. But as we're talking about change, the S&P's indexes they've been long hampered with a need for a little bit of upkeep. We're going to get that upkeep now. And what is that upkeep you're talking about, Cody? Well, we're going to actually combine two of the sectors. That's right. We're not just going to have the telecom sector on its own. We're not just going to have the broadcasting communications sector on their own anymore. These are going to become one sector. That's right. We've been talking about this with AT&T and Time Warner, getting together potentially over $85 billion and really muddying the waters between a company that's really heavily geared telecom, though not all the way, in AT&T, and a company like Time Warner, very, very heavily geared towards broadcasting. These two types of sectors are clearly starting to meld into each other as everybody holds on to streaming services and everybody has rights to cable networks or dish distributors or whatever it ends up being. There's always some sort of growth going on. And it happens that these two sectors have grown so close together that the S&P, and me included, think that it's about time that this all became one thing. So again, I said in January, we're going to find out which of the large cap companies out of the communications broadcasting sector and of the large cap companies out of the telecom sector, and we can only imagine on the S&P 500, are going to be in this new sector that's going to obviously bring in what is the future for the telecom industry and the entertainment industry as everything gets live streamed quickly right to your phone over your data plan. And we've now melded what used to be your sit down in front of the TV time with your bowl of cereal and a completely removed use of the phone over on the wall, cord and all. This has moved gradually to the point now where all of this is one giant machine. I kind of like it personally. I live and die through this phone. My friends on YouTube, not only that, but my friends in real life, I have one of them. Those friends are in touch with me through every medium here. And this medium isn't just made available through my data plan or through my telecom, but it's through all the actual entertainment processes that are available on the phone itself. This is big stuff. This is a changing of the time, a changing of the guard. The S&P 500 is taking that first step into the next stratosphere where we say, this is all one thing. It's not a whole bunch of separate stuff anymore. The world is coming together closer and closer to the apex of where we're all going to just be instantly available all the time. And we're going to have people way better than me that are going to come on YouTube and give you way better analysis than this about things that are changing in the future. But until then, I'm here and I'm Cody from Wall Street Breakdown. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button. Click the notification bell. Thumbs up for this video. Thumbs up for all videos. Thumbs up for the S&P 500 making a little bit of progress and us understanding that this was coming no matter what because all this stuff. And I know you're waiting. What's the January date? Why are we talking about this? I mean, obviously, I think they're waiting for the AT&T Time Warner deal to finally close so they can announce, that as their big large cap company, because that ultimately would be the biggest of the large cap companies in these two sectors merging together. So I imagine that's probably what we're waiting for January. That stuff's probably all going to come down the pipe here as we get closer to Christmas. I'm Cody, like I said, with Wall Street Breakdown. We want to hear your comments. We love having you here. Thanks for listening to me go on and on about the S&P 500. Anytime you want to come back, I'm going to be waiting here. I'll see you then. Till then, keep that portfolio in order. Hard work. It's going to pay off. Have yourself an excellent Wednesday.